Hello and welcome to my June update of Pan Those Eyeshadows. My name is Alex, and if you're new around here, on this channel we like to do dark grungy makeup and project panning, and I also do the occasional vlog as well. So if any of those things sound like a good time to you, then please stick around, but otherwise let's get into this month's update. So this month things are changing in the world of Pan Those Eyeshadows on this channel. You girls getting eyeshadow burnout. So there's a few shades in the project that just are not for me. And I thought, what is the point of doing a project that I'm not enjoying? So I thought I would take the opportunity of it being the middle of the year and just have a little bit of a refresh on the project in general. So I did do a little bit of a declutter of my makeup collection, which I didn't film. I did try to film the declutter, but it just was very overwhelming for me. So I'm not going to do a declutter video in the traditional sense, but there will be a video up where I just go through the items that I have decluttered from my collection. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in seeing, then that video will be going up next week, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'm sure you're familiar by now with how the Pan Those Eyeshadows project works. Lots of people do it a lot of different ways on YouTube, but the way I like to do it is just totally random, because there's just no way I could ever choose. I randomly select 5 eyeshadows, and the idea is that I just work through those eyeshadows till I hit pan, and then once I've hit pan I'll roll in a new eyeshadow. However, this month we're not going to be doing that. This month we're going to be getting rid of some things, so I'm just going to my eyeshadows are in a pile here. I will just show you what's in the project at the moment, the uses that I've got, and then if I get to one that I'm taking out, I will just give you an explanation why that eyeshadow is no longer going to be in the project, and then we'll get to roll in some brand new eyeshadows that hopefully I'll be really enjoying. Another thing that I might want to add is, so along with quite a savage declutter of my collection, I've also had quite a lot of new things coming in. So I think the amount of eyeshadows that I've got has increased, but not by a lot. I think I'm sitting at somewhere around 338 now, I think, but we can confirm all that later. Let's get into the eyeshadows. Let's give the people what they want to see, which is the eyeshadows. We're starting with the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette, and in this palette we have been working on the shade. I've taken the mirror cover off, and this doesn't bend all the way back, so I don't know what we're going to do. And it's in the shade Dynamism, which I think I'm pointing to, but I don't know. I'm trying to not blind you. What's going on? Okay, well, if you did see it, that's great. If you didn't, that's fine. We'll do swatches and close-ups and stuff. So this shade is staying, and I've been really enjoying using this shade. I'm wearing it today as part of this look, but it's also just one of those really good like one and done eyeshadow shades for work, and then also it's really nice to incorporate into looks such as this one as well. So absolutely stunning shade, and I'm glad that it's in the project. I'll do a little swatch of that one for you there. So it's just like this sort of like coppery shimmer with a bit of like a bluey green reflect to it, and that's just my kind of shade. I love that. I'll show you what it was looking like last month, and this is what it's looking like this month. So I think we're probably going to see some hefty progress there. That dip is really dipping now. I don't know how deep Natasha Denona eyeshadow shades are, and because it's a shimmer and I tend to go in with my finger, we can't really get a focus on the middle or anything, so it might take a little bit longer, but I'm really happy about that shade being in the project, so that's fine. I've used it 16 times this month for a grand total of 25 uses in the project, and this one is not burning me out, as you can probably tell, so this one will be staying. Next we have the Serenity palette by Cosmic Brushes. On this palette we're working on the shade Serenity, which is this blue shimmer shade here. Cosmic Brushes eyeshadow quality is out of this world, isn't it? It's just, they're some of the best, and for such a good price as well, you can't knock them. Serenity, which is this lovely blue shade, and again, it's not an everyday shade, but I do really think this project has got me more into colour. Like, I will now be rocking my blue-green eyeshadow looks to work. No one even bats an eyelid, so let this be some inspiration for you. If you want to be a everyday makeup girly that wears blue-green eyeshadow, extra dramatic looks, go for it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And we spend lots of money on these eyeshadows, so we should enjoy them. So that is Serenity, and Serenity is also staying in the project. Really been enjoying that. The quality is fantastic. I've used Serenity 3 times this month for a grand total of 21 uses in the project. And this is what it was looking like last month, and this is what it's looking like this month. Probably not much of a change, but there is definitely a dip going on in there. And again, it is a shimmer shade, so I tend to go in with my finger, so you can't really get that focus point on it, so it might take a little bit longer, but I'm really enjoying this shade still. Happy that it's here with me. That is staying, and I think I haven't done that on purpose, but those are the ones that are staying. Everything else is getting thank you next. This one that I was so excited about joining the project, this is the Makeup Revolution Chilled palette, and it's this lovely green palette, and it was, I think, inspired by the Melt Cosmetics palette of a similar sort of colour story. However, I have decluttered all of my Revolution eyeshadow palettes in this declutter because I just don't think the shadow quality is up to scratch. I have worn this a few times this month. This is the shade, sorry, that I'm using in this project. It's the shade Dope, which is this lovely sort of like mossy khaki green, and I was so excited to get this colour. The quality is just not great. The shadow really degrades on my eye throughout the day, even if I'm using primer, and at the end of the day it's barely even there anymore, and it's just not a good look. And I just think I've got so many palettes now with such amazing quality eyeshadow in it. I'm not going to waste my time panning something that was relatively inexpensive and I bought to fill a hole that because I couldn't get the melt one. Not that I care about weed, I just really like grungy green eyeshadows. I bought it to fill that hole, and I think I've got other things that fill that hole now to a better standard. So I think it's time to let this one go. This one's going to be decluttered, so it's not going to be in the project anymore. The shade Dope is the shade that we were panning, and I did use it. I used it 3 times this month, even next to these two. It's just not the same standard as the other eyeshadows. So yeah, it's got to go. It's got to go. If it's not bringing me joy, it's got to go. I used it 3 times this month with a grand total of 8 uses in the project. I can show you what it was looking like last month, and I can show you what it was looking like this month, but it will not have another month in my life. This is going to be in the bin. Next is the Cosmic Brushes Neutrals palette, and in this palette I was panning the shade Chic, which is this really pale pink, and it's literally just the least interesting or important shade to me in this palette. It just doesn't do anything for me. It's just too light, and even with Cosmic Brushes quality, which is unmatched, it's just too light. I can't use it as an inner corner highlight. I don't really like setting my lid because it reduces the brightness of the colours that you put in on your lid, and it's too light for me to blend out with. So I just haven't wanted to reach for this, and it's been 2 months and I haven't used it. So I did use it. I have used it 8 times in the project, but there's not been any changes on this month to month because I just haven't been using it. And I just think in place of this there could be a shade that I really do enjoy and want to get some use on and will get pan on. So I'm going to roll this shade out. This palette isn't being decluttered like the other one. It's just that I'm rolling this shade out because it's just not working for me. That crusty dusty pink's finally out of my life. And then the last one, and I think this is maybe the only one that's been in since the very start. This is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. Every month it gets dirtier and dirtier. This is the original palette, so it's a matte finish, so the dirt just clings to it. And in this palette we have been panning since January the shade Pool Party, which is this sort of aqua shimmer down here. Though the quality of this palette is stunning on when you swatch it, I actually don't think the quality lives up to other things that I've got in my collection. It might be because it's old. It might just be because Morphe's formula wasn't ever really that great. They just had a lot of influencer back in the day, didn't they? And I do also remember when I got this palette, I think it was the shimmers that I couldn't use because I'd get loads of fallout and they would stick to my contact lenses, and then I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to see. I'm not decluttering it because I want it in my life for the memes, But I think I am going to take it out of rotation for being available to pan just for the moment, just so that I can give the newer things in my life a little bit of love. It just seems crazy to me that I've got this sort of like 10-year-old palette and I'm looking at this every day, and then there's all these beautiful new things that I've got that aren't really getting touched. We used Pool Party 2 times this month, bringing us to a total of 20 uses in the project. So we were getting some uses on it, but I think it's time for Pool Party to say goodbye. The last time I wore it, which was in the last video that I filmed, the quality was just horrific. It just kept creasing, I couldn't get it smooth, and I blended it into Pool Party, and Pool Party was not acting up at all. So I don't think it was anything to do with setting sprays or primers or anything like that. It was just the shadow isn't able to perform as well as other shadows that I have. And I just thought, why am I making myself miserable trying to hustle this into shape when I could just roll it out? I'll do a little swatch for you, and for old time's sake I will show you what it looked like last month, and I'll show you what it was looking like this month. It's not as bad to swatch as the Revolution one. I think the Revolution one in the swatch it's even apparent that it's not great, but that one's not as bad. But that is the old colour story. Rolling in 3 new friends this month, which I'm really, really excited about. All my eyeshadows are just in a spreadsheet on my laptop, so if I start looking over here lots and lots and lots, I'm really sorry. It's just where I need to look, and I will pull up a random number generator also on my laptop and we'll go from there. Just been titivating the spreadsheet. So we are now working... Okay, so it's not too bad with everything that's been decluttered, everything that's brought in. I now have 311 eyeshadows, so we've only gone up a little bit. The Morphe palette hasn't been decluttered, I've just taken it out of the running for a little bit. So we do still have some old ones in there, just not that one. We're going to put in 1 to 311, and I've got 305, 202, and 93. Oh my god, I'm so excited. See, this is I've done the right thing. I've done the right thing. So been and got the palettes, and I'm so excited about the ones that I've got. One of them, I've really wanted this to be in the project for a long time. One of them is the newest palette in my collection, and the other one, I just had a sneaking suspicion I was going to end up with it as well. We'll just start with, we'll go in ascending order just because that's a little bit easier. For 93, we have rolled in another Natasha Denona palette, and we have rolled in the Yucca palette, and 93 is the shade Tipu, which is this sensational murky mustard down here. Oh, it's just the kind of shade that speaks to my heart. It's actually really close to my skin tone, so it's not showing up that great as a swatch. This is going to be sound ridiculous, but Tipu is super similar to my skin tone, so it's actually not showing up that great. But I think on the eyes it will have its moment. Like, am I? So yeah, lovely dingy mustardy green, and I'm sure it will look better on the eye than it does on my skin. And I think Acacia's a little bit darker, and I've really got into that a lot in the past. We can use them both together. Maybe we'll get 2 pans, whatever. Anyway, next is the Beauty Bay Rich palette, and you've already been introduced to this beauty already in my previous video, which is my deck of panning video. I've chosen to pan the shade Liqueur, so it would be crazy if we got that again, but I don't think we will. Got shade 202 in this palette, which is the shade Crown. Oh, it's this lovely, this one right in the middle here. It's lovely, like bronzy, sort of coppery shimmer. Look at that, beautiful. And Beauty Bay's quality for the price is insane. I don't know how they do it. That is very similar to my Natasha Denona shade, isn't it? That's okay. That's okay. We can't cheat this much. Another sort of similar bronzy. Oh, it is beautiful though. Look at that. Lovely bronzy shimmer. The Natasha Denona one I've got in is a little bit deeper, and it does have that slight blue-green reflect to it as well. Sorry about the motorbikes. There is a little bit of difference there. It's fine. And then the last one, which I think I'm the most excited about, Muse palette, and I've got the shade Fig, which I think might be a purple. Yes, it is. So this, I've only swatched this palette. I haven't used anything on my eyes yet. and we have rolled in this shade Fig. I'm a bit sad that we just missed Amethyst, and this one here, I think, is that called Muse? I'm a bit sad that we missed Amethyst. Oh, this one down here. I feel like I'm such a colour girly this summer. I want all the colours on my face at all times. So yeah, we've rolled in this gorgeous deep purple Fig, which I think, I've done the right thing. I have absolutely done the right thing. So that is Fig. It's very deep purple, almost black. But it's going to be great for deepening. It would have been great with this look today. So there we are. That is our old colour story. And that is our new colour story. This is just giving like autumnal dream, isn't it? With a pop of blue. It is certainly not a cohesive colour story, and I am a little bit concerned about these two being exactly the same. I do think I made the right decision in cutting out some of the stuff that I just wasn't enjoying in the project and bringing in some stuff and just having a little bit of a refresh in the middle of the year. Like, you just don't want your hobby, which is playing with makeup, to be bringing you down. So now it can no longer be doing that, as I have refreshed things a little bit. So I hope that's okay with you. I hope that you don't consider it cheating. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this update, and I hope that you are also feeling a little bit refreshed by the refresh that we did today. If you liked this video, please consider liking or even subscribing, and if you really want to, leave me a comment down below and I will always enthusiastically reply. Thank you so much if you have subscribed already. It means the world to me. I can't believe that anybody would want to sit and listen to me talk about pans of eyeshadow. So thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you, and until next time, take care. Thank you. Bye.